Rabina Shahid. The title of the presentation is Nutrient Concentration in the Sediment of 7 Major Lakes of Pokhara Valley, Kasti, Nepal.
Here is my outline. I will be discussing about the short introduction and how the work was conducted and short finding of my work. At first, I would like to start from short introduction of my work. Lake sediment is the combination of clay, silt, and sand along with the organic and inorganic materials, chemical precipitate, and other soil particles that accumulate in the bottom of the lake over the period of time. It is also regarded as active zone for accumulation and cycling of nutrient, and it also acts as both sink and source of pollutant and nutrient, as it bound the released nutrient in the sediment, and in other circumstances it also releases all the nutrient into the overlying water. Similarly, the composition and distribution of sediment influences concentration and availability of nutrient in sediment. Sediment nutrient, there are various sources of nutrient that directly release into the lake bottom, and some of them are agricultural runoff, wastewater discharge, sewage disposal, and construction work, especially road construction and dam construction, and soil erosion, and so on. And there are various macro and micronutrients present in the sediment. Among them, phosphorus, nitrogen, and potassium are the major primary nutrients. Among them, phosphorus is regarded as the limiting nutrient of the lake, and all these nutrients are highly responsible for the lake productivity. But if they are present in excessive amount in bottom sediment, eventually they lead to the eutrophication and water quality deterioration. And I am going to discuss why nutrient analysis of bottom sediment is equally important, because it gives us detailed understanding and knowledge about the composition and distribution of nutrient in lake sediment, along with it also the monitoring of nutrient and pollutants which are directly released into the water body, and it also provides the data for effective lake management. The aim of my study is to assess the major nutrients that are present in the bottom sediment of 7 major lakes, along with these pH and organic matter were also assessed. Here is the map of Nepal showing the lake cluster of Pokhara Valley, which is located in the Kasti district of Gandaki province. The study was conducted on the month of November 2023, and the sediment samples were taken from 3 sampling sites. First one is inlet, middle, and outlet area of the lake, and here are the sampling sites from where sediment samples were taken. The yellow dot symbolizes the inlet area, and the red dot symbolizes the middle area, and the blue symbolizes the outlet area from where sediment samples were taken. After sample collection, the wet sediment samples were distributed on the floor above the plastic layer, and the sediment samples were maintained in a shaded area where direct exposure to the sunlight is totally avoided, and they are kept at the room temperature for at least 5 to 7 days for totally air drying. And after air drying of samples, they were crossed in with the use of mortar and pestle. Sometimes we also use grinder for making the uniform soil particle. And after grinding, if they were sieved with use of 0.2 mm machine. After prepared samples were then subjected to the chemical analysis and were subjected to soil standard analysis method, which was described by Monsignor in 1995, and raw data were calculated and summarized using MS Excel version 2000. at first because of bottom sediment, and all the lakes were found to have acidic pH, especially Rupa Lake was sediment of Rupa Lake was highly acidic, and organic matter and organic carbon were also measured at that time, and except Bedna's Lake, all the lakes were found to have very high organic matter. As we know, organic matter contains 58% of organic carbon. So likewise, Bedna's has the least organic carbon, and all the lakes were found to have high organic carbon in their sediment. Now we are going to discuss about the nitrogen, and the results show that Cascade Lake had the highest nitrogen percentage in bottom sediment, followed by Deepan, Rupa Lake, Fewa Lake, Nureni, and Rude. But still Bedna's Lake had the limited and favorable level of nitrogen in its sediment. And phosphorus, likewise nitrogen, phosphorus, Bedna's Lake has lower level of phosphorus, while Deepan, Nureni, and all the rest of the lakes all were rich in phosphorus level. It may be due to excessive anthropogenic activity and agricultural runoff that are going on the agricultural field of the lake. And potassium, according to the past result that I have reviewed, the level of potassium in all lake was found to be less, especially in Bedna's Lake and Bude Lake. It was very less compared to other lakes. A study showed that the range of phosphorus should be between 0.04 to 3, but in our study we found potassium level to be very low. A past study conducted by Hussein 8 on 2019 also conducted same study but only on Fewa, Bedna's and Rupa Lake, and there has not been any study carried out on rest of the lakes on the context of bottom sediment. So I would like to discuss only on Fewa, Bedna's and Rupa Lake. On the first and second graph, it was shown that Fewa and Bedna's Lake, organic matter and nitrogen in Fewa and Bedna's Lake has been increased over the years, but in Bedna's Lake, it was found that organic matter and nitrogen level has been decreased significantly. Similarly, for the phosphorus, Fewa Lake has relatively similar as compared to the past result, but in Bedna's and Rupa Lake, it has in Rupa Lake and Bedna's Lake, it has been increased by far in these years. And similarly, in potassium, all the lakes have shown decrease in potassium level since the years. And except Bedna's and Bude Lake, all lakes are found to have high phosphorus level, which were above the range 0.01 to 0.03, which is mentioned by Hussein et al. 2019. The reason of high phosphorus and nitrogen level in this lake may be due to excessive use of chemical fertilizer and direct sewage wastewater disposal and sewage disposal into the lake, and also domestic and organic waste also directly disposed into the lake area. Accumulation of dead microfibers also play a vital role in increasing the organic matter and nitrogen and phosphorus level after their decomposition under the lake bottom. As a conclusion, the overall result shows that the nutrient level is increasing in bottom sediment in most of the lake, and it eventually will lead to eutrophication if the release rate of nutrient from bottom sediment increases in high proportion. So it should be controlled in time before the eutrophic lake change into shift into hypertrophic level. So to control it, we should control the pollutants that directly enter into the lake bottom at first, and then we should also minimize the external nutrient loading that leads to the eutrophication to improve the lake ecosystem for both fisheries and management. There are the acknowledgement. I would like to acknowledge Fishery Research Station for financial support and soil and fertilizer testing laboratory, Pokhara, for lab operation. I would also like to show my gratitude to authority of all 7 lakes for giving me permission to work on the lake and all of the helping hands. Here are my references.
Any queries from the audience? Please.
So you have worked with the 8 lakes of Pokhara, and except the 3 lakes, Pewa, Bangladesh and Rupa, most of the lakes are in rudimentary phase. Rudimentary means they are sinking, and they are surrounded by low farmlands, and especially Khasde, Gore, and Dipang, they are very much surrounded by farmland. And excessive use of chemical fertilizer, as well as the excessive use of pesticide. Have you seen any effect of pesticide, any traces of pesticide in the sediments of this place, or you didn't notice it?
I'm not very sure about that. Pesticides easily dissolve in the sediment. It affects the phytoplankton and zooplankton of the lake, as it affects the water quality before going to the sediment. So I don't really sure about that it directly affects the water sediment or not.
So nutrient profile. So it actually, I think Rupa is more nutrient. When you just compare Rupa, Ignas, and Pewa, the main 3 lakes were also this farming were engaged. So which one is more probable by your research? In the research, why?
Almost half of both primary production and considered as a high indicator of water quality. And in positives, their ability to collect and identify the phytoplankton and zooplankton species, and specific ability to enumerate plankton density of lakes and determine the plankton abundance. And this is the study area, and here are the setting sites. Venus, Pewa, Rupa, Uday, Niveli, Dipang, Khasde, and Mandire. And latest research was carried out in fisheries research station, and research sailing days from November and February. The work was carried out in 2 seasons, post-monsoon and pre-monsoon season. And in medicine method, 10 liters of water sample was collected from abandoned water center using a plankton net of 60 micrometer base size, and collected in 100 plastic bottle, and preservation was done in 1% protein solution and 4% buffer solution for zooplankton and 1% noodles added for phytoplankton, and preservation was done in a refrigerator, and for calibrations sedimentation was done in Imofcon, and mounting was done and illuminated in microscope. And this is the calculation, phytoplankton and zooplankton, and cellular diversity index was calculated and policy species index was calculated. And for study analysis data was image Excel and presented tables and graphs. And identification of triangles was done by different books and different papers. And this result is the physical chemical parameters recorded in different days to be pre-monsoon and post-monsoon season. And mean density of plankton during pre and post-monsoon. And Rupa Lake was with the highest plankton density in both seasons, but in pre-monsoon season in zooplankton, Thewa was the highest one. And percentage contribution of zooplankton in pre-monsoon and post-monsoon. Here we can find that rotifort was abundant in both seasons in all of the lake, followed by copepods and Ersera. And going to phytoplankton, Bacillophyceae and Chlorophyceae was dominant in all the lakes. And composition of zooplankton recorded from lakes. Rupa was highest species with 26 species, followed by Thewa and Vagrants. And a total of 43 species of zooplankton were recorded from 8 lakes. And going to phytoplankton, total 56 species of phytoplankton were recorded. And again, Rupa was with highest species, and followed by Vagrants and Dipang, and Gude were the lowest one. And cellular diversity index and polynomial immunity showed that for phyto and zoo, cellular was highest in Rupa in post-monsoon and Thewa in pre-monsoon, and polis was highest in post-monsoon as compared to pre-monsoon season. Composition of zooplankton of 8 lakes is listed over here. There are some rules. And composition of phytoplankton of 8 lakes is listed over here. And here are some slides. And in discussion, Thewa Rupa were previously studied and different species were found over here. And as compared to the previous study, more species were recorded in our present study. And discussion, rotifers predominate all lakes, followed by copepod, Ersera. Kerala Dragon's Triceratops tend to dominate plankton communities in a highly eutrophic condition. Rotifer species recorded during our present study were Dragon's singularis, Espros, Dragosonis, Keratella, Equilia, Longicia, which are considered as indicators of higher trophic status by different researchers. And Bacillophyceae and Chlorophyceae were highly dominant in all the lakes in both seasons, and Michael and Gautam also repeated Bacillophyceae and Chlorophyceae as dominant group from lakes Thewa and Rupa respectively. And microcystic species was dominant phytoplankton in most of the lake, and high abundance of species at dominant phytoplankton is often taken as indication of eutrophication. And as for the diversity indices, in both seasons, Sen was 1.7 to 1.75, which indicates lakes to be moderately polluted, and Powell's index value almost all the lake was less than 0.5 except Venus. According to researchers, if the value of Powell's is less than 0.5, it could be indication of presence of ecological stress. So in conclusion, 56 there are phytoplankton and from 8 groups and 30 species of zooplankton from 5 groups were recorded. And Bacillophyceae, Chlorophyceae from phytoplankton and rotifers from zooplankton were highly dominating all the lakes in both seasons. Rupa Lake was in highest species, and the study of planktons and served as bioindicators of trophic states, offering valuable insights for future lake estimate, and they can be the indication of different lake status. So further studies can be carried to find the actual status of lake. And since this is going on, so solutions are highly recommended. Thank you.
I just want to offer two suggestions from my end. One is, if you consider the seasonal variation, you should replicate your procedure for 3 replications at least. I mean, seasonal variation cannot be in one season only. You consider it one season only. You have considered 4 months that, right? So if you take this, continue the same procedure for at least 3 seasons, continue 3 seasons, consecutive 3 seasons, then that will be more authentic and more reliable, I think. Another important criteria I think you should consider that is, we did not consider biological oxygen demand, or chemical oxygen demand, total saturated solids, or total dissolved solids, something like that, right?
Yes.
But this is, a very important parameterization, the health, water body, eutrophication, and so on. So if you consider these parameters, your research will be a good one, I think. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Comment, suggestions given, very important for you. And one thing that you have already mentioned there, different groups. But out of the such groups of duplex, each one species more dominant. It's Cladocea, it's
Rotifer species are most abundant. Kerala, some like dragonous, which directly indicate the ecotopy.
Have you seen Daphnium is a common one in our place? It's a very common, Daphnium common.
We have not.
I know.
We haven't sampled. We have already sampled pre-monsoon season 1, and they are found in monsoon season. So I think we will find in our further research. We will sample it.
Then under the phytoplant, chlorophyta and acidophyceans, you have mentioned.
Yes.
So under this, which one more dominant?
Tevelia manisita was most dominant one. Tevelia species.
Okay, thanks.
It is a research that we are in business, and we are actually working on it.
Okay. So, I think we have taken a big, huge task, identification of all zooplankton and phytoplankton is a huge task. It will take your whole life. Especially phytoplankton. This is such a diverse group. Even in zooplankton, as you already mentioned, that there are five groups. Rotifera, Cladocea, Copepods, and Protozoa and others. So, in this way, if you just judge your results by one season, that will be fair. So, at least you need monthly samplings. So, I have done my work on vocal lakes, especially pure and Rupa. And I have done, I have even produced papers in hydrobiology on seasonality of Daphnia longinostis, and plus seasonality of other zooplanktons also in Rupa and Pegasus. So it was around 1980. So I think it will be nice if you go through those papers, and that will also guide you how to find out the diversity condition. And by the way, which snake you are using? What are the size of your plankton?
Yes, sir.
What are the size of the plankton? How do you collect the planktons?
It was 65 micrometer.
And how did you collect them?
We just
Do you take particular samples or
we collected from different sites. We take to 10 meter from this site, and we just filter it.
so You didn't take any vertical samples.
We took from different texts.
I see. So I think without taking a vertical samples at different sites, it will be very difficult to find out the seasonality and their differences. Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor.
Help in improving your research.
Thank you, sir.
So thank you very much. Our last presentation will be made by Mr. Misal and Sanguida from Philippines. And the presentation title is Fishing Practices Assessment of Freshwater Prawn Species, Fishers in Lingaosan Marsh from the southern Philippines.
Study aims to ensure continuous supply of high-quality prawn stock for aquaculture by supporting both ecological sustainability and economic resilience. This is the map of the Western Mars. As you can see, this is the map of the Philippines, and we are situated in Mindanao and in north, the Western Mars. This is one. This is the Western Mars area. Now, this research uses a mixed methods approach combining quantitative survey with qualitative interviews to provide comprehensive analysis of visual socioeconomic profile of their traditional fishing techniques. As you can see, a lot of books have pointed out that we have to go back to the basic, to the traditional practices by the people in as much as they ensure sustainability of aquaculture. Now, when it is true that it's controversial, it depends on who I'm going to talk to, but I would like to say that I like the traditional one, using indigenous materials that you must eat. Now, the study results show that majority of the fishers are male, aged between 25 to 60 years old, with limited formal education of and elementary levels. Fishing is a generational occupation with knowledge and skill passed down from families. In other words, it is part of their heritage. It serves as a primary source of income for these communities, often supplemented by subsistence farming and seasonal level. The study identified several traditional fishing methods used in the Western Mars, and one of them is what we call the reboot. Here is the picture of the reboot here. And this is the actual picture of how this fishing, traditional fishing gear is being used by people. Another one is what we call the hooker, this one, okay, or the cast net. And then we have also the panel of the pattern of the spear. This is a picture of that, and this is the actual picture of the spear. And the buko or the strap, this one is being placed at the bottom of the Mars, and this is a modified buko. Some of them are using plastic buckles. Okay. Some of them are using the plastic, the one that is being used as the water dispenser. That is the buko. And you have also this your. This is actually the scooplet, and this is the actual picture of this yolk. They are being used in gathering microplastics in the Western Mars. Or the manual collection, in other words, the fisher will go to the Mars and gather these microplastics species. We have also the what we call this cocoa. This one is made of indigenous materials. These are bamboos actually. And the kaprawai, which is a series of hooks attached to the line. And you have the bandwidth, we call that the bandwidth. This is the hook and line. And these are used for traditional fishing gears used by these fishers in the Western Mars. Now, these methods illustrate the research deep understanding of Mars hydrological psychology, and prone behavior promotion of optimizing task space. Despite their expertise, these indigenous people of Southern Philippines are expert in gathering these business resources. They face also significant challenges, including declining broad population, because it is a favorite legacy among the people in the area, due to overfishing, illegal fishing, habitat degradation, and the adverse effects of climate change. All of these contribute to the decline in population of the macrobacian species. To address these issues and promote sustainable agriculture, the study proposes strategies for effective resource collection, and these strategies are designed to align with ecological and socio-economic realities of the customers, and this includes awareness campaign, that is the intensification of policy campaign, that is information, education, communication campaign, need to be organized and intensified both by the government and the people, particularly the non-governmental organizations and proper scientific fishing methods across stakeholders. This can be done using various media such as radio, local television, internet, and press. Fishing methods and gears that use indigenous materials should be given preferential importance. The implementation of community-based management plan, in that case, we have to include the community with our plan as far as conservation is concerned, because if we are going to use the people using these resources, then your plans as well as your policy will never succeed if we implement the community. We have to include the community in our plan. Now, there should also be establishment of freshwater capacity. My university has freshwater capacity. We are doing that, and we supply primarily to small-scale fisher folks residing in the area. Now, we should have to restore the habitat also, because the vicinity in Mars experience so much deforestation coming with the trees. That's why it will cause the flooding of the area. During the rainy season, the Mars will increase its volume, the water volume, but during the summer season, there is no more water anymore. So it appears that the water or the soil will not absorb the extra water being invited. Wait. For conservation and preservation of Mars resources, the laws concerning sustainable business should be given emphasis during the awareness campaign, and we have to train the fisher folks livelihood should be conducted. Now, the findings provide critical insights for policymakers and stakeholders involved in sustainable business management. By adapting the proposed strategies, it is possible to balance the needs of local communities with the conservation of aquatic resources in the coastal Mars. This approach not only aims to improve the socio-economic conditions of the fishers, but also to establish a model for sustainable agriculture that can be differentiated in similar contexts globally. I would like to point out that the local government, particularly the provincial government, is also funding this research. Not only by the university, but also the local government, as well as the national government, they are funding this research. And this is just what we are living at the result. As I have said, I think it's looking at the result because I can see a picture of what is happening in the Mars, and I'm glad that Dr. Pai, familiarized, accepted my paper to be presented in this prestigious forum. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to present my work in this forum. Thank you.
The floor is open. If you have any comments, please raise your hand.
Precise and comprehensive definition. Even though we don't have much microbrachium, freshwater microbrachiums in the pond, like this small. So, when you say their conservation through community participation and awareness and training them, do you also have any legal provisions to stop illegal fishing, or do we have a closing session, closing seasons to stop their overexploitation for the during season?
So you are.
They are all expert social scientists and biological scientists. So this is maybe it will be almost time taking to read all those names. So I skip that one and get to you to the second slide. You know, this is not fishing, it's actually recaptured fishing or captured fishing. This is new terminology so far given by the United Nations FAO. So it's very easy to, very important to understand the approach of this small scale fishing. Actually, small scale fishing, as I know, throughout the world, also in Nepal, it's very much primitive kind of practice, usually done by a special category of the people. We call them Maji, Malaha, Bote, Mukhia, Tharus. They are generally occupied by these communities, and they are very special category of the people, mostly very much marginalized, sometimes maybe homeless kind of guys, very much deprived because of some sort of discrimination earlier in ancient time. So therefore, this SSF is small scale fishing is a traditional sector, and it is very much related to the food security and livelihoods, income, and job opportunities to that deprived community. Therefore, this is very much important. In this context, I will try to tell you the concept of SSF, as I promised you. So let's move to the next slide. As I said, this is the SSF is again those guys who are collecting mollusk, fish, crabs, shrimp, and even plants in Nepal, because we are, deprived of the oceanic resources. So there is, that sort of people really, really deprived, because in the absence of marine situation, ocean, we are deprived. We have already, landed countries are deprived of those water resources, which come from the marine resources. And whatever we take from the marine resources, more than 90% things are edible. So you might imagine how much that is contributing in your food security. So it is important that SSF has been highly impacted, and as you said, as you have listened throughout the session, that our captured fisheries data is some sort of stagnancy. There is no increment into the captured fisheries, because this is because of the huge industrialization, urbanization, huge number of dams coming up, climate change, overfishing, and poverty of fishers themselves, because they cannot raise their voices. We require to give their voices some part if we have some sort of sympathy with them. So this is also one of the low priority area of the one of them, because of we are not aware what is the importance of small scale fisheries. So this is very important that recently in 2015, United Nations adopted a voluntary guidelines for securing sustainable small scale fisheries in the context of food security and poverty eradication. That in short is called SSF guidelines. So this is the kind of a global message. It is not only the argument Nepal is raising, but however the United Nations itself is arguing that this is very, very important component for the livelihood, food security, and job opportunities of those people. What is the TBTI? TBTI is a kind of concept emerging out of the global forum. Global forum. And I have included that earlier today we are confined towards the coastal countries only. But we are looked at why you include only the coastal countries in this blue economy or blue justice. What is the situation? Why you don't include the landed countries? Because we are the headwaters. We are the resources. We have that resources, and in our country we have the headwaters, and we have also the fisher community here since time ancient. So we should also be included. Therefore, now they are convinced and they agree this division, not only the marine or the coastal water, included into the blue justice. So this is a kind of this global house is located in the beginning. It is some sort of kind of initiative promoting responsible research in more than 800 members and 20 partner organizations working in 50 countries. I'll skip some of the information. The key measures of this is to rectify the marginalization of SSF in national and international policy and to develop research in government capacity to address global challenges. There are some critical objectives. I will skip this because we will later we are going to a lot of time, so I will skip it because most of the things are already understood, I believe. So, what is the relevance of small-scale fisheries and India global in relevance to the other countries and Nepal? Captive fisheries, Nepal although is a larger country and not very heavily populated, but 10%, something like 10.8% of the total population are wetland dependent community. That is a significant number. That means if we are not going to promote the SSF, that means we are snatching the job opportunity, food security rights of those 10.8% population. Therefore, it is highly relevant to have these small-scale fisheries, promotion of small-scale should be there in the country because we are practicing some 10.8% of the total population of Nepal. In Nepal, for example, we have a National Water Research Regulation Center, one of the governing institutions, Department of Livestock Services. But because of some sort of awareness, the part of the small-scale fisheries are somewhat not very active. That is our realization. They are focusing more on aquaculture practices. However, they promulgated national fisheries and aquaculture development policy 2023, which emphasizes on the promotion of both small-scale fisheries and different ethnic castes who are involved with the small-scale fisheries. That is one of the beauty and that is one of the aspirations for us that using this policy probably can bring many other guidelines and some sort of active activities side by side the annual program which I discussed this policy. And side by side, because earlier, some say about 20 years before, there was very few business graduates coming up from Nepal. The business officers coming from different disciplines. But since 2 decades or so, agriculture and forestry university is producing some 20 business graduates every year. And we have to settle them down somewhere in some job opportunities. So this 10.8% population is going to provide the employment opportunity. The employment opportunities for the fisheries graduate from different universities coming up from Nepal. So that is the opportunity behind this lady, to promote the SSF with the same concept that strong support is required from the 3 order of governance, institution, governance, and some sort of budgetary kind of proposal. That's the one of the statement, very strong statement. Therefore, we are arguing for this kind of provisions.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, now small-scale fisheries of Nepal, edited by Ranju, Nelson, Thaneswar, Tegbadu. Thank you so much.
Presentation also it was nice policy of the VTI. Next, I would like to, if you have any questions on this concept, we will ask questions after the session. Secondly, I would like to ask Ganesh Bahadur Thapa. Ganesh Bahadur Thapa.
In latest 15 hours contains total 250 species by the stage 2019. There are endemic and native. I mean indigenous plus endemic. That is 236 and Jogi is 60 and that is 252 species was mentioned. And there may be other species to explore. Object is general objective to investigate diversity of fish in West Bavaria, and specific objectives to make a list of fishes and their distribution pattern in the Bavaria, to analyze some particular parameters of water of fish, to identify the fishing implements and techniques used by the local officers. Significance of the study. Although perennial cover river provides a good habitat for fishes, fisheries, or aquatic fauna flora, very little effort has been made to explore the fish diversity and fishery sources. The diversity of the cover river in Sugia range is insufficiently known yet, so the present study is within. Mitigation methods study area. The study was carried out in Bawai River, which flows from our range of Gang Valley to Karai region in the region of Nepal, western region of Nepal. Study was particularly confined to the range of Arapani to Sahara, Purandara, and each station was selected at the distance between 15 kilometers. And selection of sampling station is based on physical characteristics of the river, human settlement. For study, 6 sampling stations were selected for study, and that is the study site. And there are 6 sampling stations in the Bawai River, and that is Arapan, first station Arapani, second the Bakaria, and likewise for Motipur and Kaiham. Another one is the Panchkula and Sara Purana. And statistical analysis of seeing the correlations between some important physiological chemical parameters were taken and posted of correlation and likewise probability. And diversity status, space diversity index, and likewise evenness index was found. Analysis of chemical parameters of water, and the instruments were hydrogen ion concentration, LPS meter, and gel oxygen, and common and free carbon dioxide was fish water was collected and analyzed in that. Implements of fishing implements and fishing methods. Fishing implements and fishing gears. Conventional fishing methods: hook net, keel net, cast net, program, Trampi, and non-conventional fishing methods. Day to fishing, it was banned. Use of python, Bawai River, for hero plant, get mawa, and commonly used chemical pythons. It was also banned. And fluoride, malathane were also used by the illiterate people. And these are some photographs. And results. This is on frequency occurrence of fish in Bawai River. There are around 42 species of the fish were found in the Bawai River, and these are 21 species, and citric parties are most found. And one species, the 42, the Sana species, contain 2 lozenges, and it was supposed to with the new species, the new subspecies of the sauna. Abundance of these species in Baba River and abundance were also measured total number of individuals and frequency in this place. Here, otherwise this composition was angry parties, UV parties, sleeping parties, and sleeping parties cover most of the places, that is 57%, and likewise sleeping parties, UV parties, and 10% is angry parties, balloon parties is 10%, and so on. Heavy-wise this composition it shows heavy-wise this composition. Value around 2%, COVID 12%, validity 7%, COVID 3%, and so on. And validity and Wikipedia, there are least found at least percent, and correlation between the physical parameters is likewise probability and appears to correlation will also measured. And here the silent winner index and evenness of the species were also observed, and likewise variations of transparency in different stations, and variation of velocity of water in different stations, velocity in this way. However, the whole work was done within 5 months, May to September. And chemical character of water, and likewise dissolved oxygen and carbon dioxide variations, and discussions. 42 species belonging to 7 orders, and 1229 data were collected from different sampling stations of our river. Most dominant order was found with sleeping parties, 7%. And population also found in this way and trout, and new fish subspecies belonging to genus Sana was found in Baba River. It was probably of subspecies of Sana orientalis, and it is an unidentified this two class fish. And conclusions: the Baba River supports the good habitat for many freshwater fish, but not significant difference in the diversity strata. Rather, it was a seasonal phenomenon in the composition of fish species. A total of this much species have been collected from the river belonging to 7 orders, 12 families, and 42 species. Most commonly observed fish were Gara and Proteus species, while rarely caught fishes were trout, Mastastimulus armatus, family, and dominant. The fishes were not uniformly distributed to variations in temperature, transparency, pH, etc. The elimination of the fish species in the river was by due to illegal fishing and recommended
to my country where the scientists are allowed to use electronic gears to survey the fish fauna. What about here, whether you are allowed or whether not, and if yes, that you have access to such laboratory size equipment with which you can find and select even by size the fish which you are catching, sampling, and yeah. So the question is that
rivers in Nepal. So again, the publication support 252 species, among them 232 species actually the indigenous one, and 16 exotic, and other species. If we count, then we have carp 7 species under cultivation. Then one exotic 9 tilapia, and Pangas catfish 1. So it's only, it's very interesting. Though the king of Thailand and king of Nepal, in 1985, they already given a gift, tilapia, both the kings that time, but Nepal government only permit some tilapia and catfish from hydroponics only, after August 28, 2020. See the long gap from 1985 to 2020. So, what the main thing, or the several differences you are going to see there in the different parts. So, I have worked with a small grant of our university to establish the peace museum for academia. That's why I started this work from last September 2022, and the completed, the collection of some fish species until August 2024. Then again, it's my interest that I have to include some of the students and visit. There is a Nepal-India border, Triveni. Many more species going to be included until this project is going to finish in the December. While people, so maybe it is going.
Sorry for the interruption. Technical team, please enable the
Okay.
enable the content.
Okay, then work. Okay. Then it is going to work. Yeah.
Enable the content. The second option.
Okay. Working. Is working? Okay. Yeah, working. No problem.
Yes, thank you very much. Please carry on.
Just okay. These are the things so already technical, So biodiversity, so these are the biodiversity. So Nepal, I have already told you, is very special move. So these are the parts. So please, very less part, just percentage. Then available water resources, the major river systems. Then the total species I have already told. These are the just we have got a good crop, and our Dr. Guru is the father to introduce crop, red crop. You are just this one, red crop, exotic one. See, then different orders we have 15 orders. So orders 50 and 40, general 120. So these are 9 river systems. See, then the percentage of orders. So we have various, only 101 species. So this is the common, rare, uncommon, and residence. So mostly the conservation of indigenous fish is very important part. So just see what is going on. The continuous research is very important. It's the taxonomy. So many more species. and most of the space is related to magnetic reverse systems. You know, most of the piece especially what you are going to see here. You know, magnetic reverse systems of India. Many more especially is common in Bangladesh and other neighboring reverse systems of Southeast Asia. Okay, these are the so especially. So these are the places I have started from very nearby our university, the major university from there is lower Nile river study so many more earlier, you know, the paper factory and others and some times rehearsals during the monsoon. So these are the from the upper and left side is from here, you know. Then the starts only the Nile, otherwise it's a different region. Turkey, others usually they mix here in Niagara, then you know, Nile river. So this one is important. That's why I have selected this. I have collected this one. You see, basic Nile tilapia. In the major river system, this one. So it's very, very important to carry out such a study, what the population status and others. Then see, in the sea also, this fish is exotic fish, you know. Even in Bangladesh exotic, India exotic, you know, but just this one also I have collected. So that side is, you know, Tibet and other parts, their side. In India and you know, it's Nepal border. So I actually acknowledge and I am grateful to the fishermen and our students also who help in the collection of the SPC and also grateful to the director of Forest, Agriculture and Forestry University for providing financial support. Otherwise it's very difficult, you know, river side and others is carry out such type of research. It's our university, but due to some circumstances, thanks for your experience. Okay? Thank you. The pleasure.